Welcome again to Match Fishing TV. I've been joined in the studio today by Steve Mayo. He's come along to talk all about this unique range of pellet waggler adapters. Interesting little product, this one. How did it come about?
Over the years, fishing lots of pellet waggler fishing on several different venues, found a few problems when we used to set the floats up, as we always have over the years, with shot on the line.
That is just a standard waggler, isn't it? With
it is.
Just lock-in shot and an adapter.
Yeah, normal lock-in shot.
How everyone's done it for years, yeah?
They have, yeah, we've done it like that for years, but the problems that I encountered with that was because you're constantly casting out, reeling in, casting out, you tended to get tangles where the line would actually fold back over the shot, and then you're damaging the line, you're getting kinks in the line, and then also when you're actually doing that, when you're changing your depths constantly to try and move up and down with the fish, you're actually damaging the line because you've got so many shot on there. All right.
And of course, these floats take such a lot of shot, don't they?
They do,
you
yeah.
When you're
because
talking like 4 and 5 and 6 ones.
Yeah, that's a 4 swan, that one there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay, that's all right.
Right, so what a lot of manufacturers done from that point onwards, they then developed a fully loaded waggler, like so. One of the problems with this float was that the actual weight is actually up inside of the float, so it affects your casting. It doesn't go very accurate, because when you've got shot on the line like so, the float goes very straight because the weight is actually on the line. With this, it ends up being away from the line and the weight is inside the float.
I'm glad you share my thoughts on that, because I've thought that for years. Loaded peacock wagglers, even like for river fishing and things, never work the same as shot down there.
Exactly, yeah.
So you're going to tell me now this one developed from there?
Yeah.
Then go
So
on.
I was looking at several different ways to actually get the weight actually on the line.
Yeah.
All right. So if I show you one of the adapters here, this is the 4 swan here. I should just take it out of the packet.
So while you're doing that, what sizes do these come in?
Right, they come in sizes from 2 swan, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Maver have actually helped me out here and made a range of floats. Are actually purposely designed to fit the adapters, so that when you put the adapter on the shot, it actually sets it perfectly to fish with. And being a foam, actually high buoyancy foam, will make it fish better. But anyway, the actual adapter itself, you've got a small hole one side, a large hole the other. Yeah. All right. The way to set them up would be to just get your line from your rod tip coming down. You put a gripper stop first of all.
Okay.
Slide that gripper stop onto the line. Okay. And just slide that up the line like so.
Yeah.
All right. You then.
And of course, these are ever so easy to put on, but I mean, I've used these for feeder fishing and all sorts as a lock-in thing. And when they're in cold water, it seems to stiffen it up a little bit as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes people can put them on the line and think that's not stiff enough.
But
colder
they do
water
grip
seems
quite
to tighten
a bit.
it.
They do grip quite well.
Yeah.
Right, so now you've got the small hole and the large hole. From the small hole side, you put the line through, slide that down.
Got it.
I would then tie myself my loop where my hook length would attach to on the end.
That's just a straightforward
Just
overhand.
a straight overhand, yeah.
Okay.
That knot would be there. Just trim the line back a touch, like so. Right, now on the 2s, 3s and 4s, you require a treble A shot.
Okay.
All right, and on the 5s and 6s, it'll be a swan shot. So this is a treble A on this one. So
oh, I see. So that's going to lock into the.
that will lock in, yeah. So you pinch that on the line now. The adapter now, keeping it nice and neat and simple, slides over the top of that shot and locks it into place.
Brilliant.
Now you can see straight away it reduces the fact of any kind of tangling whatsoever.
So then you're just going to put just different hook lengths off there, I assume.
Exactly, you have different shot length, hook lengths off there. If I just get the correct float, pop the float into there, and away you go. Now another benefit, so it sits there, cast dead accurately, you're going to get no problems with that. The other benefit of it is when you're playing a fish at your feet, sometimes when pellet waggler fishing you'll have such a short little hook length because the fish are so shallow. When you're playing the fish at the net, the fish can be kicking, all right, real hard, and if you've got shot clamped around that float, that weight, because there's a lot of weight, wants to shoot up the line, like you would when you're feeder fishing or whatever, will shoot up the line. With this, it will still move, so it releases the pressure off your hook length, increases hence so you're not going to pull out so many fish. You're not going to get broke up as many times at your feet. So then as soon as you've landed the fish, slide back down, slide that back on, and away you go again. And then if you did want to change depth, all basically you need to do, slide the grip or stop up, unpinch the shot, move that up the line, and then you're
that actually locks, that sort of locks, or more or less locks in place once you clamp it down. That's brilliant, mate. That's really, really good. So could you use these with, in the smaller size, could you use these with standard wagglers?
You can use it with any waggler you want. Obviously these foam wagglers have been made purposely for it. You'd have to have a little bit of messing around probably with. I'm
just thinking, you know, if people are fishing in deep water with sort of long peacock floats, and you've got 2 swan shot sizes, 3 swan shot, it should work. It should work the same, shouldn't it?
It will. Yeah, it will. It's just that some floats say that there might be 2 swan, and they're not necessarily 2 swan. So you may have to mess around with a few different floats to get it right. But so then we've also, within Mayo, we've made some super dumpy wagglers. So when the fish really are feeding shallow, that would suit on there. And then you're away with
and then the tiny little short hook clamp as well. And the
hook.
beauty of that is it's so condensed for casting, and it's just never going to tangle. Absolutely superb. That's brilliant. I can't wait to give these a try. Can I borrow a few packets of these just to have a try with?
You can do that.
I know there's some of the top anglers in the country already using these.
There are
anglers like.
Well, you got the whole Dorking squad. 2 years ago, when I first started to develop them, down at Whiteacres, I shown Steve Saunders and Will Raisin, and they were so impressed with it. They really have got behind him. Will Raisin himself has recently done a DVD doing pellet waggler fishing, and that is exactly what he's using. So
fantastic. I think we've actually just done a feature in Match Fishing magazine with him as well. Folks, every now and again products come out that you just can't afford to be without, and if you go pellet waggler fishing, you can't really afford to be without these, in my opinion. Check them out at your local shop now.